Okay, we're going to start putting together this Qa1 kit for the 73 Challenger behind us. I'm working on 67 Firebird right in front of me here. I'm just waiting for some filler to dry, so I'm going to start working on throwing this together. I don't have any tools out. I haven't looked at this. I ordered a long time ago. The bolts were all over the place when it came, so we'll see. I don't know if there's instructions or what, but we'll get into it and see what it looks like. So my plan is to put it together on the bench, and then I'll strip the suspension out from underneath this and just jack it up underneath it and bolt it under. That's a sway bar. There we go. So, pretty sure that's the front. This looks like that's where the rack and pinion go. This would be motor mounts, shock mounts. I'm going to get into this a little bit. I'm going to sort out what's what, so I'm not fumbling around and have to edit 95% of everything out. So let's get, I got a bunch of different steering linkages and stuff, hind joint type things, or rod ends. So yeah, I'll get sorted out what's what, and then I'll come right back. Alright, I'm back. Like I said, my hardware was all over the place. Some of the bags were still together, but what I'm going to do is I got a bunch of these little plastic tubs. So these are spacers for either the sway bar or the steering end joint kind of thing. So anytime I can round up these are some sort of spacer or bushing, and those I'm pretty sure are the end pieces to the they don't look like they go together, but those are the end pieces to the shocks, or like they're spacers to keep the coilovers away from this top mount here. So I'm going to throw them together. I think I kind of got a good starting point. It looks like the top control arms bolt onto the original body of the car, and the bottoms bolt onto the subframe. So I've got to put together these kind of little end joints here, or rod ends. So again, that big bag of bolts is just in the bottom of the box. So the it's got these kind of smaller jam nuts, so you thread those on there. When I read the instructions quickly, it didn't say anything about greasing these bushings, and I also noticed that the rod ends aren't like they don't have a spot for a grease zerk or whatever. So, but any other time I've done bushings or anything like that, it always said to grease them a little so that they don't squeak. So that's what we're gonna do. These slide in no problem, especially with grease on them. And then they got this steel sleeve. These, I'm sure, will be a little bit tougher to get in. I'm going to go squish this in between my vise quick. But essentially, that's the assembly. I'll squish that together and I'll show you. We're going to do that 4 times. And then before we thread it into the A-arms, it says to put some anti-seize on the threads there. Alright, so there you go. I'm going to repeat that. It also says to leave 7 threads, or about 7 threads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that's where you want it. So I'm going to do that 3 more times. One nice thing is it is the bushings and sleeves, they're all individually packaged, and so they're not too bad to keep track of. It'd almost be nice if all the hardware, rather than just being in a big bag, it's fairly simple, but it'd be nice if it was like individual Ziploc bags saying like, oh, this is the hardware for the rack and pinion, this is the hardware for the spindles, like rather than having to sort through a bag, and in my case dig in the bottom of the box for all the loose hardware. So I've said this on my channel before, but I'm going to say it again. I'm a body guy. I usually can figure most stuff out, but I'm by no means some suspension expert or anything like that. And I know that it says right in the instructions that they've got a pretty good YouTube video to show you how to do it. So use this for entertainment. If you're putting your own together, maybe just go watch theirs. But if you're following along for the build, I appreciate you watching, and it's fun to get started on something new. So Demon's gone, we got that taken care of, got it paid for. That Ford truck, it's gone, it's at a buddy's house. I got a few things to finish up. I'm going to polish it for him. Turns out the rad's leaking, so the just got to get finished up. We got a Firebird here that I'd like to get gone in the next handful of weeks, and then we're working on this as well. So lots going on, lots leaving the shop. But if you are wondering where I've been, and also when you show up and I'm working on the Challenger, I'm working on lots of stuff right now. Hopefully grease doesn't make these swell up. That'd be embarrassing. Also the my vise, I've got like the copper soft jaws in them. If you're doing this and you don't have soft jaws, maybe stick a couple pieces of plywood in between or something like that, just not to mar it all up. So these are the lower control arms. It says that they are universal, like there's no left or right. The one thing I told you to do. Alrighty, now, what are the chances the bolts are in this bag? Come on. All right. Now what? Check for stickers. A washer and a castle nut. It's saying that I need to put on extensions. You'd think, I mean, whatever. Paid a lot of money for this kit. See, I understand there's some assembly required, but to be ripping apart something that they send you seems silly. We're gonna move this. Oh, that's heavy. Holy, what am I missing here? All right, we're back, baby. So very simple. in the instructions it says you can clamp this in the vise on this side with the gears. Don't clamp the smooth side. But so what I did to just avoid it, I just stuck a bar through the mount, which it does say you can do in here. Threw some channel locks on it, and hey presto, it was that easy, it just popped off. But I'm lying, it was actually, I thought I was gonna die, it was on there so tight. A little bit of red Loctite. More red Loctite. This side back on. Okay. So, that hurt. Saying 1 3/4 washer on the back side. That's way too big. Whoa. I'm also supposed to put a spacer in there. I'm wondering if this is the spacer. That's it. Almost gotta be. That's definitely got to be the spacer. So that's in with all the steering, like the steering rod pieces, with your little universal joints and all that crap. So it goes 1 3/4 washer, steering rack, spacer, K-member, after the K-member, there'll be another washer, and then the nylock nut. Oh yeah! I'm gonna go get some a wrench and a socket. So like I said, washer and bolt, spacer between the rack and the K-member, another washer, and a nut. Okay, new angle, YouTube master. Oh, we're shaking. Okay, so it's got 2 different size bolts to go on the bottom of the rod ends into the spindles for the steering. For some reason, like to me, it seemed like it would just be attached like that, but it's got this little tapered shoulder that goes to the bottom of the time joint. And then this goes there. Let me look at the instructions. Ooh. Yeah. Let me start over for you. So it's got a 5-inch bolt and a 4-inch bolt or 4.5-inch bolt. You get this little tapered spacer, goes on first, then it goes in here, and then you get this larger tapered spacer, it goes down. I think we get 3 of these, right? 4 of these 1/4-inch adjusters. I don't know if I said why you'd have 2 different bolts. The 4-inch bolt is for this is for if your wheels are 17 inches or larger. Okay, we'll see what kind of washer does they want me to use here. That won't fit. This guy. So there's that guy. Oh, it's way too big. It's not. Again, this is supposed to be torqued. This is supposed to be torqued to 79 foot-pounds. It's gonna have to go in front of alignment anyways. Just figure out how many spacers it needs. And boom! Boom, baby! Go. Cool. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna drop this K-member underneath this thing. I'd like to bring it all down in one piece, so I think all I have to do is take the pressure off this cam here, which twists the torsion bars, and then pop off the upper A-arm, and then these 4 bolts, and then there'll be, I'm not sure if the steering's attached to the frame or if it's only on the K-member. I don't know if this will be strong enough to do it, but doesn't feel like there's that much pressure there. Look at that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. When I was putting the Demon together, I got my fingers crunched pretty good underneath that spring pressure, so it's just good to be careful. So there's that bolt on the bottom here that pushes up on this cam and loads up the torsion bar. Once you pull that off, there's not that much pressure there. Thank God. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then we will work on getting it dropped. Got this cool new, but not new hoist. Okay, that's pretty simple. These 4 bolts, 1, 2, same on the other side through here, and then just knock the torsion bars out, knock it forward, and that whole thing's just free, and steering goes with it. Yeah, that's pretty nice. That's a nice setup. Is that a starter bolt? Can you tell me, is that a starter bolt? Oh, you're shaking. Bet you that's a starter bolt. I thought 2 seemed like not enough. There you go. What am I missing? That to separate the transmission? Oh. Before you start beating on things, just look at the part you're putting in. See if there's any holes there you haven't taken a bolt out of yet. You got 2 10mm right there. 1. 2. Oh my goodness. Another bolt. That came off a lot easier than I was expecting. Okay, so Holly, if the hole's lined up for the oil pump, like you can see here, there's me threading the bolt in. That's where the pickup is. Like, so for the pickup tube, I called Holly, and they essentially told me tough luck. They told me I'd have to send everything back to wherever I bought it from, and the customer, the owner of the car, bought the parts for this, and we're just not going to do that. So what I'm gonna do, what I was hoping Holly would do, would say, that's our product, it was made wrong, we'll send you the tube, don't worry about it. And then I could potentially just put the oil pan on the car, get it together, and down the road when the part showed up, I could unbolt one engine mount, lift it up, drop the pan and put it on, and be done with it. But that's not what they're about, apparently. So my plan is, I cut it in half. I'm gonna bolt this one up here. So now I'll put a little tack on that, unbolt it, and weld it up solid. Of course, the oil everywhere doesn't help with clean welding, but that's what we're going with. So I'm going to cut the video, drag the welder over. I have to figure out how to keep that up in place. Okay, for whatever reason, probably because there's oil on it, or that coating that they got on it, whatever it is, I'm having a hell of a time trying to weld this up. My the arc off the tungsten's all over the place too. I've sharpened a couple times and cleaned it, and so I'm just gonna shut the camera off, shut the heat off because I'm dying over here, and just focus on getting this welded up, and then I'll bring you back and show you. Alright, there's it all welded up. Okay, so oil pan's on, pickup's modified. I've got the subframe over here on a stand. I'm thinking I'm going to pick this up with a hoist again, bolt the Qa1 motor mounts on it, and then slide the subframe out. Or is that going to work though? I'm going to put the subframe under it, bolt the subframe to the motor, and try and get everything up under the car once. It's going to be a little tricky though. We'll figure it out. Nope, good. There you go. Okay, I gotta jack it up a little bit now. Maybe. All right, cool. Motor in a subframe, and I didn't crush myself. That's a win. Okay, so this is the point where people are probably gonna not be happy with me. I need to cut this mint original floor out of this car, at least the transmission tunnel. And I just kind of eyeballed it. I want to come down here, here. I gotta take that middle of that brace out there. I think that should be fine. Maybe I'll come on the inside of the line here and then split the difference there. Okay, I know the right thing to do was to save that bracket for the shifter, but I'm just in a hurry, so I don't really, if it's still there so I can weld it up if I ever need it in the future or someone else needs it, but for now I just gotta get this thing together. There you go. Okay, so I gotta take these brackets off, so what I'm gonna do is try and bust a couple of the welds with an air chisel, and then I'm gonna try and get a sawzall blade in behind it. Down the lever, yes. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So. Go ahead. One sec.
I was editing that YouTube video last night.
Yeah.
Every shot, I went, what's wrong with me?
Welcome to the shop of the living dead. Not the original culprit, is it?
Yeah. Maybe lower it down a little bit more.
More down it?
Yeah, you don't have to pull on the lever, I don't think.
More?
There you go. Yeah, it's tight. It's all cheaply made too.
What's by these same bolts back in?
It didn't come with any.
At least got like a big tape around them.
Oh yeah. It looks like the holes like way bigger, so.
Oh, who did the hack a Tosis on that?
I know.
Oh my goodness. I said I had a spot weld, you know. Good thing you didn't cut the reds.
I told you it'd be an hour to fix it.
Like they're too far away from each other like this. Is there spacers or something?
Oh, probably. Oh yeah.
Oh, my microphone.
Probably didn't see any of that because my arm was in the way.
So now, if you put a wrench on, or a socket on this side of the bolt, and you turn it, that pulls the control arm in and out. Is there a mark there? And then you put on this side, and you put a wrench on this side to tighten up the nuts to lock it in place. So I don't know if you can see there, it's pretty nasty, so I'm gonna have to cut this out and put a plate in it. I'll do that once I've done all the fabrication, built the trans tunnel, mini tubbed it, got the 4-link in it, and then when I'm dropping everything out, I'll come through and tidy up some spots. And okay, hopefully you can see. Try to keep myself out of the way. Putting these calipers on. Looks like there's 2 different lengths of bolt. I'm assuming this one goes on the top because it's got a thicker portion there. Feels weird. All it does. Okay, so we got some wheel studs here. It's cool that it comes in 2 different bolt patterns on there. I don't have 12-point sockets in my toolbox. I got some in my truck toolbox. But I'll just use a ratchet wrench. I'm gonna go into my truck and grab a 12-point. Cool. Got one pair of gloves left. So what I'm going to do is pack all the bearings all at once. That way they're done. I don't have to worry about it. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to set them on this box down here. And then I got to get them filled with grease, and then I'm going to kick them over into all the metal filings. I just shot wood in there. Okay, so the caliper, which looks like they could go on either side because there's bleeders on both sides, they've got an arrow on them. So I'm going to assume that's the direction of the wheel and swap these out. Boom. Alright, that's going to sum it up for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, so we got the brakes on. It's a little dusty, but brakes, rims, coilovers, and sway bar. Got the motor in. Looks pretty good. Next video, little sneak peek. The transmission tunnel and the mini tubs. Let me know. I was planning on kind of making the video a little bit shorter, but once I put all the footage together, it ended up being an hour-long video anyways. So let me know if you like shorter videos or longer videos, and I'll try and do that. I know that if I get better at editing and get the pacing up a little bit, we'll be able to do longer videos. So keep your attention, but I just got to get the footage out there too, because I got a lot of work going on. Yeah, so yeah, let me know, shorter, longer, and like, subscribe, stay tuned for the next one. And yeah, we got lots going on. We got a Mach 1. I've also got a 56 Ranchero coming in, 57 Ranchero coming in, and probably an El Camino as well. So lots going on. Like and subscribe, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.